What's up? How are y'all doing? My name is Nate and welcome to today's video. We're back with another gaming video, but today I'm playing MultiVersus instead of Fortnite. Just trying to cycle a few games, and I've been liking this new season, so I'm going to play it while talking about God with you guys. I'm going to be doing the Rift. And today, if you guys don't care about the gameplay, then I'm still going to talk about God, so stay tuned. Today specifically though, I'm going to be talking about tips that I have for spreading the gospel. I made a few videos like this in the past, and I'm just going to be bringing up some more points. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. And hey man, I'm thinking about streaming. So if you like today's video, I don't like to ask for subscribers, but if you want to see me stream in real life, then subscribe. Today, I'm going to bring up a few tips, starting right now with tip number 1. It is to, when you're spreading the gospel, stay on biblical truth. This is something that I was very not doing when I started spreading the gospel. I would bring up a lot of extra biblical topics like soul ties, and like I was trying to prove a point that God makes laws not just to make them, but also to help us, right? If something is evil, he'll make a law, but there's also laws that people don't understand, but he does it for our good. And I kind of used soul ties as an example of why, as like a explanation of like why he doesn't allow us to do sex before marriage. And I kept on kind of going off topic, and it ultimately led me to talking about soul ties and other extra biblical things that it's just not good to bring those things up, because ultimately it's the gospel that you want to spread. But just remember, stay on the gospel and use your best judgment. And that is also my next point. Tip number 2 is to stay on the point of the gospel. I a lot of the time would not do that and just kind of ramble about personal stuff, right? Remember to not make it about you. You're not supposed to be telling specifically about the good things that have happened to you, right? And obviously that is a big component of why a lot of us are motivated to go and spread the gospel, is because we've had such great things happen to us in our life. And so obviously it is important to tell people about that, right? Tell people about how God has worked in your life. But here's the thing, is that when people haven't gone through the things that some of us have gone through before we gave our life to Christ, right? For example, before I repented, how did I lose that? Before I gave my life to Christ, I used to watch videos, and it would be like, this is why you need God in your life, right? And they'd be like, I used to go through all of these things, right? I used to be addicted to drugs and all sorts of stuff. And I was like, well, I'm not addicted to drugs, so I don't really need God in my life like how these people do. So remember to stay on the important part of the gospel, that all of us are sinners and we all need Jesus. Remember to bring that up, because a lot of people don't know that any sin leads to death. So keep on the topic of the gospel. Don't make it about you. Tip number 3, remember to spread the gospel out of love. This is something that I'm finishing on getting over, because a lot of the time when I first started spreading it, I was kind of doing it out of religion, in sense of like, I was of course wanting to follow the law, but I wasn't doing it entirely out of love, but just because, oh, God told me to do it. But I can recognize, and I hope that you guys can recognize this as well, that there's a soul behind every person that we evangelize. And so it's a matter of if we want to love them and spread the gospel with every soul. That's now why I kind of hate when I can't spread the gospel with everybody, because now I have to accept the fact that not everybody's going to be saved, and that's not the funnest thing to think about. But I mean, ultimately it's what's got to happen. But just remember to spread the gospel out of love and save as many people as you can. I'm selling. I promise I'm good at this game. But yeah, remember to do it out of love. Just remember, there is somebody behind that flesh face. There's a soul behind this flesh body, and we are here to save souls. Tip number, what is this, 4? I think 4. Do not be condemning with it. And what I'm specifically talking about is saying, I used to see this a lot, is when that was unfortunate. When I used to see people that would just go and try to kind of talk about God, but they're thinking that they're better than other people because they're Christian, right? And so they would go and just say, "Are you believe in God? You believe in Jesus?" And if people would say no, then they'd say, "You're going to hell." And just over and over again, I would just, can you just... This is very embarrassing. Over and over again, I would just see people saying, "Oh, you don't believe in God, you don't believe in Jesus, man. You're going straight to hell." And as people that are trying to be fishers of men, that is not fishing men. We are just kind of, when that happens, we're making people feel, we're kind of making ourselves be like those guys. You know, when people talk about Christians as those people, or for example, the LGBT, when we have people that are literally going and hating the LGBT, we have people going and condemning them and telling them that God hates them, right? When Jesus literally died for them, as well as how he died for me, how he died for you. He died for sin, ultimately. And while LGBT is sin, we need to love them as well. So do not be condemning, but remember that we are spreading the gospel so that people can overcome the sin that they're stuck in, right? If somebody is an LGBT, we are spreading the gospel so that they can overcome that, and that also comes back to the point of spreading the gospel out of love. My final tip for you guys is to be patient. Okay, please be patient with people when you're spreading the gospel. Demons might manifest, and just a lot of distractions might come into it. More recently, I've been having a lot of people like coming up and like getting distracted, and it's kind of gotten off topic, right? And it's actually kind of funny because people will only go up, at least in my life, people will only go up to talk to somebody when I'm spreading the gospel. It's honestly hilarious that Satan is like that. But hey, Satan's a very goofy guy. And not in a good way. He's going to be spending eternity down in hell, so he's kind of a silly man. But be patient with people. If demons are going to manifest and they're going to be aggressive, or they're going to kind of joke around about God, just be patient with them and know that your patience will pay off if they ultimately end up giving their life to Christ. And realistically, you're also going to be planting the seed. So it's never unsuccessful, but just be patient and spread the gospel out of love, man. Spread the gospel out of love. Be patient. Stay on the topic of the gospel. Don't make it about you. And just because we're serving Jesus, right? 1 Corinthians 10:31, I believe the verse is, and it says, "In everything that we do it for the glory of God." So when we spread the gospel as well, do it for the glory of God. This guy loves to just spam the side attack. Everything we do, including spreading the gospel, do it for God's glory. Do it for the soul that we are saving, so we can build God's kingdom, ultimately. So that is my extra 5 tips that I have for you guys for spreading the gospel. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and me making a fool of myself. I promise I'm actually good at this game. I was just selling. So hope you guys like this video. And I mean, I want to do more gameplay like this. Any games you guys would like to see, like I said earlier, if you guys want to see me stream in real life, then maybe drop a sub. I don't like asking for subs, but if you guys want to see that, sub up. And I mean, either way, if you don't want to see that, maybe subscribe, because you will continue to be fed with amazing videos like this. We're just going to be honoring God, and we're not going to stop. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let me know if there's any topics you guys want me to talk about, and I can make a video about it. So I was going to try to finish the match, but it's fine. God bless you guys, and I will see y'all tomorrow.